man you looking for, girl?
I need somebody that's going to provide, that is well-rounded, and everything around the house. I don't want to have to call nobody if I got a leak, if I need my yard fixed. I just need somebody well-rounded and providing all things, and that's a follower of Jesus Christ as well.
Okay.
So the type of man that she's looking for, this man have to be able to do pretty much everything, right? This doesn't sound crazy to you guys? The only way I think she gonna meet this type of man is probably only on her dream, right? And this type of man that she's expecting this man to be able to do pretty much everything. I think only God can do all this stuff. I don't think a man can do all this stuff for her. But let's keep listening.
What's your deal breakers?
Oh, I can't take no mama boys.
No mama boys?
No Trump supporters. And that's all I can think of at the moment.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I feel like I'm over the stage of the way that people look. I'm kind of gearing towards, I like them a little ugly now.
You like them look ugly?
A little ugly. I don't need everybody looking at them.
They call that medium ugly.
Medium ugly, that's it.
They call it medium ugly. Okay.
Yo, this is just crazy, right? So you don't want a pretty boy, you don't want a mama boy. You don't want the man to look too handsome, because the only reason I think she's saying she want that man to be a little ugly or medium ugly. What the heck is this? And the only reason that I think she's saying that is probably because she probably don't want a man that other women wants, right? She probably think if he's a little bit ugly, I think I'm the only one that probably want him, nobody else. I think that's why she's saying that. But what do you guys think? She's saying she want the man to be a little bit ugly. This is just crazy. But let's keep listening.
Could he make a certain amount of money?
Yes. I need at minimum 6 figures.
So minimum 100K in Mobile, Alabama. That's like a millionaire, right?
If you're making $100,000 a year, would this woman right here somebody that you would spend that money on? Or would you automatically say, no, I'm good and I'm gonna keep pushing? Let's keep listening.
6 figures. So if he made 75K, you couldn't mess with him?
No. I provide a pretty luxurious lifestyle for myself and my child. So anybody coming in matching or below me, it's just not gonna work.
Okay, hear me out.
Now, hold up. What is this woman been smoking, right? You have your daughter. This is your life and your daughter, right? If you used to get expensive stuff, that's on you. You used to buy all this expensive stuff, that's on you. So why are you expecting this man to come and cover everything, right? So the whole reason is that she is not here to look for love. I think she's only on this show because she's simply looking for somebody to cover, to take care of her, not because she wants love.
Hear me out.
Okay.
But if he has 75, that would be 75K in addition to what you already have. So wouldn't that be an increase? Or you're saying you want to meet a man and you don't want to pay no more bills ever again?
The latter. Meet a man, I ain't trying to pay no more.
Was that the dynamic you had with your son's father?
No. I don't feel like that doesn't count though.
How does it not count? You have a whole child by that man.
It doesn't count.
Let me say this. Okay, let me say this to you. Maybe to you it doesn't count, but it will count to men. Okay? So I think women, you got to understand the male's perspective. So what you're telling me is and not saying that it's not going to happen, but here's the ask. If a man doesn't make more than you, he's out, right? So if there's a man that doesn't make 6 figures, you won't even give him an opportunity, period. Now, but you had a whole child by a man who didn't make 6 figures, and now you want a 6-figure man to take care of you and your child. So you got to understand the male's mind and how he may say, well, how is that fair? Like, I have to take care of you and your kid, and I make this amount of money, which I had to work to make this amount of money, that doesn't matter to you?
I don't feel like I'm asking somebody on the first date to bring a W-2 to the table. So I wouldn't feel like...
No, you're not, but you're just telling me right now, if a man didn't make six figures, don't even reach out to you. So at the door, you're not giving a man a shot if he doesn't make more than 100K. And I think, and I'm not saying that you won't get this man, but you already X'd out men who basically, your baby daddy couldn't even meet those requirements, and he got a baby out of it.
Right. We live and learn, but I see what you're saying.
Ooh, child, you the principal too. Let's keep going. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
You know what's crazy about this thing, right? So she said the man that she had a baby with, it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? You guys have a whole baby, and then you saying this is not important. How many men do you guys think that making six figures a year or watching this show right now? I don't really think men that are really making a lot of money looking for women on a dating site or on YouTube.
I'm in my jammies because it's nighttime.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this was not the first time she's watching her show, right? She knows exactly how she does her show, right? You knew she was gonna ask you to do that. Why didn't you dress more appropriate? Now you're gonna say all this nonsense, and you know she was gonna do this. This is what you guys going to pay $100,000 for.
All right. Okay. Jessica, what's the age range you would date? You're 30.
I would have to say 35 to 55.
Okay. 35 to 55. Could he have kids already?
I prefer not, but one at max.
One at max?
This is just crazy to say. You already have a kid, and then now you were expecting the next man not to have kids. I'm not saying it's impossible. Now, why would a man do that? If you're doing well for yourself, why can't you just create your own family?
Boy, you prefer a man with no kids too?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. He got to make 100K, provide for you and your 7-year-olds, and he should also not have kids.
Correct.
Why would that man do that?
I just feel like the person next to me is going to provide for me and my child, and it's going to be about us as a unit and not anything outside of that.
Well, yeah, that was the child's father's job to do that. That was the deal you're supposed to make with him. So now you're asking a man who never had a kid to make that deal with you, and you're saying if he had a kid, you wouldn't even do in return.
Preference wise, I wouldn't want nobody that had a child. I mean, if they got a child, okay. But preference wise, perfect, ideal, I wouldn't want nobody that had a child.
Can you explain to me why you don't want a man with a child?
I feel like that would come with too much drama.
So you wouldn't date yourself?
No.
Okay, this is make perfect sense, right? Now, if she talks like this, saying she wouldn't even date herself, now why would any man in his right mind going to date this woman? If she was a man looking for a woman, she wouldn't even date herself. This is just crazy. This is all you guys needed to hear. If she said anything like this, she wouldn't date herself, you should run. Don't waste your time, because she's going to waste your time.
Well, at least there you have it. I don't have it. At least she's aware. She doesn't want her. Opposite of her. She would not date herself. So if there is a man that's willing to date her, even though she wouldn't date herself, she wants you to date her. Do you understand how that sounds, Jessica? How does that sound to you? Like literally, let's have girl talk. Let's have girl talk. Help me understand how that makes sense to you. If you literally wouldn't make the deal you're asking another person to make, How does that make sense?
If you're asking ideally what I want, it's just what I want. And if I can't get what I want, then I'll just be by myself.
I understand that, but still help me answer this question directly. How does it make sense to ask a man to accept something that you would not accept yourself?
It's just what I want. I mean, I don't have no other answer for you.
No, you're a principal. You are educated. You don't get to a principal about being educated. That's a simple, basic answer. I want you to use your thought process right now and really answer this. We're not going to glide over this because you're intelligent. You don't become a principal without being intelligent. I'm really am trying to understand your mind. It can't just be that's what I want. How do you expect somebody to accept something that you would not accept?
Just because I am in the predicament that I am in right now, where I have a child, where the father has not done what they're supposed to do, allegedly, then that doesn't mean that I can't aspire to have the perfect fairy tale life.
You want to live in fairy tale? Okay, that's fine. So before I even get to the fairy tale, you don't think that it's unfair to require a man to take care of your child when if he had a kid, you wouldn't be willing to love on their child?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't be willing to love on their child.
But you said that you prefer men with no kids.
Correct.
So you want to have more kids?
I do.
Okay, okay. Now back to fairy tale. So if this man never comes along, you're fine with just you and your child for the rest of your life?
I am. Mama.
Okay. Did I ask you your last relationship?
No, you didn't.
When was your last relationship, honey?
2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2 years ago.
All right. So are you on a celibacy journey?
I am.
Until when?
Until my husband.
Woo! Okay. Just what I thought. Just what I thought.
This woman cannot be serious. I don't know if you guys heard the little boy or little girl. I can't really tell. I think he or she says, "I'm thirsty," but she didn't say anything. Let's keep watching.
Okay, here we go. So we have to make 100K. That's our preference. If he makes less, don't even reach out. Prefers a man with no kids. And he will not have sex with you until your wedding night.
Correct.
I don't think I even did this in 2025. Here's your man, Jessica. Here's his man. This is the only man on the planet that is going to sign up for that deal. You got the first paper man of 2025.
I'll take it. I mean, ain't none of the like it.
You're going to have to take it. Give me the address because this is the closest you're going to get to the man you just told me about.
Oh, man.
Give me, I can email it. I'll scan it in the email. Invite me to the wedding.
I'll be waiting on the email.
Listen, I pray. I'm not saying, no, I am saying, if you meet a good man that's willing to love on your child, not a bum, I'm not talking about a bum, no bums, but a man that's willing to love on you and your child, and let's just say he don't make 100K, let's say he has a child himself, you should give that man a chance. Because I think you'll be waiting on this man to the end of time. I don't think the man you told me is end of time.
I think the man that she had mentioned is probably somebody that she saw in her dream. So you tell me if the men were making like 80,000 a year or 99.9, you wouldn't date this man because he's not making 6 figures. This is just crazy. So if a woman you're talking to, if all she cares about is money or what you can do for her, don't even waste your time. Women like this, they are not looking for love. They're simply looking for somebody to take care of them. So make sure you guys comment down below, what do you think about this? I will leave the link down below. You guys can go and finish watching the video if you wanna see the whole thing.